It's the time of the week when Stephanie Dobson is here. Stephanie is a lawyer, a mediator, and an online educator with Hanka Divorce Law and Mediation offices in Edmonton and Lloydminster. Stephanie, thanks once again for joining us.
Nice to see you as always, Stacey.
Well, today we're going to be talking about selling a house when you're going through divorce and separation. And that can be a really, really tough issue for some couples, especially if the process of divorce and separation is already contentious. So, Stephanie, we're going to get into it with some tips right away here.
Yeah, selling a home is a really significant decision that can have far-reaching implications both emotionally and financially. And so it's really important that as you navigate this process, there's certain essential elements that come into play when you're divorcing and trying to sell a home. So I thought we could go through a few tips today.
Okay, so the first one and the biggest one is agreeing on the sale.
Yes, you would think that that was the easy one, but sometimes that is the most difficult. But, open and honest communication between spouses is really crucial. Agreeing on that decision to sell and then the timeline for that sale can really help to streamline the process. And when you get a realtor involved, then it doesn't become a conflict right off the bat.
Okay, and the next one is actually finding that real estate agent and agreeing on which one you want.
Yeah, so you may know some real estate agents or you may not be sure of them, but your lawyer might be able to give you some advice on some real estate agents or some ideas on who to select. But engaging a qualified real estate agent can really provide you some good expert advice on pricing, marketing, negotiating the sale of the home, and even to help you to maximize the sale value.
And the next one is division of proceeds.
Well, this one is a critical aspect, of course, those sale proceeds. It might involve quite a few considerations, actually, most of which may be legal. So it's really important to talk to your lawyer, your family lawyer, not necessarily your real estate lawyer, but your family lawyer before delving into the sale of the home to make sure that when that sale does go through, that you know exactly how that division of proceeds is going to go. Or sometimes the sale proceeds actually stay in trust for a while pending the outcome of your separation or divorce.
Okay, and the next one is actually setting the price of the home, because obviously you need to agree on that one.
Yeah, so a realtor can really help you with that. But if you're not sure about the realtor helping you, you can also get an appraisal on your property to help you to determine that price.
Okay, and tip number 5 is showing the home.
So, of course, sounds easy, but both of you must cooperate in showing the home to prospective buyers. So it's really important that you try to keep the property in as good a condition as possible to enhance its appeal.
And the next one then we are going into is handling offers and just negotiating in general.
Yeah, so my recommendation is when you hire your real estate agent is to make sure that that agent has a 3-way text message or a 3-way email message open to you at all times. And so when you're receiving offers or you're needing to negotiate, you're able to do that by way of a 3-way conversation. It's really important to collaborate to reach some mutually acceptable resolution.
Okay, and tip number 7 is the finalization of the sale.
Well, that's a good space to get to if you're selling your house, is once an offer is accepted, navigating that closing process involves signing legal documentation, transferring ownership, and then, of course, dispersing those proceeds according to the agreed upon terms. So we hope that you've got the agreed upon terms first, and then we're finalizing the sale is our hope.
And the next one we move into is future housing plans. So once that house is sold, what happens then?
Yeah, so both of you should really be considering those future housing plans post-sale, but also pre-sale, because sometimes the house sale can get finalized quite quickly. And this also goes along with the division of the sale proceeds, as if you need some of those sale proceeds in order to be able to buy your next house. You might want to have those future housing plans set before even you've sold the house.
And the last one we're going to get into is communicating with kids when this goes on with your children, making sure they're in the loop.
Yeah, so it's so important that your kids know about this sale. Of course, there's going to be a for sale sign on the front door step, but it's really can be really hard and emotionally challenging for the kids to go through the sale of their family home, their childhood home. And so really keeping that communication open with them to help them to adjust to those changes and to understand the transition that the kids are going to be going through is really helpful for them. And of course, the future plans, right? The future housing plans and how that's going to affect the kids going forward.
All right. Well, thanks once again, Stephanie. Great information as always, and we'll be back to chat with you next week.
Sounds good, Stacey.